So why didn't anybody tell me? Hi guys, my name is Michelle and welcome to The Weight of Things. On this channel, we talk about all things to do with our mental and emotional health, as well as our physical health. And today what we're going to be talking about are 7 things that I wish that somebody had told me when I first started my weight loss journey. On this weight loss journey, you're going to learn a lot of things, and I wanted to come on this video and share these things with you guys because a couple of these things were almost detrimental to my journey because it wasn't something I was prepared for. It wasn't something that I was anticipating, and it left me really confused and wondering if it was working or if it was something that I should continue. So jumping right in, number 1 is I wish that I had known that there is no ultimate meal plan. It's all about commitment. It's all about being consistent on the meal plan that you're on. And another thing that I didn't mention in the other video, it's a lot to do with your portion control as well. Even though you're eating like healthy things, you're not controlling your portion. That is not going to be helpful, beneficial to your weight loss journey at all either. And so I think that we also need to remember that it does have a lot to do with your portion sizes as well as what you are actually eating. Again, it might be a little bit of trial and error, just doing a little bit of research, figuring out what each meal plan kind of entails and seeing if that's something that we feel like we could actually stick to. I wish that I had known back then that there's no ultimate plan, that it's more about me being consistent. It's a lot to do with my portion sizes. It's a lot to do with finding out what works for me, my body, my lifestyle. So number 2, the second thing that I wish that I knew when I started this journey is the benefits of adding weights to your workout. Now, a lot of us, especially women, we tend to more go to cardio. When you go to the gym, you will mainly see men in the weightlifting section, and the women are on the ellipticals and on the treadmills and those kind of things. And you know what? Cardio is great. It's great to get your heart pumping. You're definitely burning calories. However, I have found that there are a lot of benefits to also adding a little bit of weight training or resistance training in your workout. So I'm going to go over a couple of those benefits that I have found for myself. Number 1, you may or may not know, but when you are lifting weights, you are tearing your muscle. And as the muscle repairs itself, that is when you are burning calories. So number 1, you're burning calories while you're working out, and you're also burning calories while your muscle is repairing itself. So sometimes 24 hours, depending on how intense the workout, could be even longer than 24 hours after you finish working out, you are still getting benefits from that workout that you did. Whereas with cardio, the benefits doesn't last nearly as long after the workout than if you added a little bit of weights or resistance training to it. Another benefit that I find with adding a little bit of weights and resistance is that you are actually toning your body at the same time that you're losing weight. Doing cardio, as I said, is great because you're burning calories, you're getting your heart rate up, and you're moving around. You're definitely going to be losing weight. However, I find that if you are only doing cardio, you could tend to become a little bit flabby, whereas adding a little bit of weights or resistance is helping you to lose the weight as well as tone your body at the same time so that you're not going to have as much flab as you would and excess skin as you would have had you not added in some weights and resistance training. Another benefit that I find with lifting weights that I really enjoy is that you can do a lot less of a lengthwise of a workout doing weight training and have better results than if you were to be running on a treadmill for, let's say, an hour. I do find that if you're lifting weights and let's say you're doing weight training for about 30 minutes versus going on the treadmill for an hour, I do find that possibly, depending on how intense that weight training workout session was, that you could actually be burning more calories in the half an hour that you were doing weight training. And again, one of the reasons for that is because you are actually still burning calories after the workout is completed. So before moving on to the other things that I wish I had known before starting my fitness journey, I wanted to recap the 3 benefits that I find to adding weight or resistance training to your workout. Benefit number 1 is that you are still burning calories after your workout is completed. Benefit number 2, that you are toning your body at the same time. And benefit number 3, that there's a greater impact in a less amount of time. So number 3, the third thing that I wish that I had known when I first started my weight loss journey is that your body gets used to your workouts. So a lot of times somebody will start a workout journey or a weight loss journey, and they'll start working out and they'll be doing the exact same workouts for like months. And after a certain period of time, they plateau. They realize that, in the beginning, yes, great. They were losing so much weight. They were so happy with their progress. And then after some time, there's little to no progress at all. And this can be very discouraging, because then you think to yourself like, oh my gosh, do I need to starve myself? I'm not losing any more weight. What's going on? But really what's happening is that your body is very smart. And so it realizes what's happening. It readjusts itself, and no longer are you having the same amount of benefits as you were when you were much bigger doing those workouts. And so you need to be changing up your workouts. I would say probably every 6 weeks or so, if you're going to be doing like the same leg workout, the same arm workout, maybe you're doing arms once a week, twice a week, or whatever. I do find that after a certain amount of time, you can adjust it as you see fit. Or again, I'm not a personal trainer or any kind of expert, so you can go and speak to a personal trainer if you'd like and ask them what they would suggest. And that doesn't necessarily mean having to come up with a whole new circuit or however you work out, but it could just mean upping the weights, intensifying the resistance, maybe even on your treadmill, just kind of tweaking the workout a little bit to something that your body is not used to. So the fourth thing that I wish that somebody told me when I first started my weight loss journey is that you should typically be doing physical activity more than 3 times a week. I was really shocked to find out when I first started at a gym that I was going to previously. I had a free session with a trainer, and they asked me like, how many times would you say you would want to work out? And I was like, per week. And I was like, well, 2 to 3 times. And I was really shocked when they told me that working out 3 times a week is pretty much just going to be maintenance to maintain where I am now, that I'm not actually going to be gaining any more weight. And again, that also, mind you, that is dependent upon the amount of calories that you're taking in, because again, weight loss has a lot to do with calories in versus calories being burnt, calories out. So that really does have a lot to do with how much calories I'm taking in. But I was really shocked to know that the amount, the minimum that you should be doing physical activity to actually see progress, to actually see results, is 3 to 4 times a week. And if you could do more, then that's great. If not, 3 to 4 is a good minimum. And again, with that minimum, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go to the gym. That doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be an hour long. But as long as you're moving your body, even if you're moving your body for 10 minutes every single day, or for 6 days a week or 5 days a week, that in itself is much better than what you were doing before. And that coupled with eating and changing the way that you eat and the portion sizes, you will see results. And the fifth thing that I wish that I had known when I first started my journey, and this one was a potential detriment to my journey, because I was not prepared for this at all. And so when it started happening to me, I became really down, and I really started to doubt that there was any point of continuing. And that is that you can actually gain weight when you start your journey, and it may take a while before you see any weight loss. So I had known before that there was a possibility that you would take some time to see weight loss, and that maybe for the first couple of days that you would gain a couple of pounds. And the main reason being is because if you haven't really worked out a lot, you can definitely gain weight when you start working out because your body starts to retain water. It starts to fill itself up with water, and it retains this water to protect itself because it's not sure what's going on. It's thinking your body's being attacked. And so to protect itself, it starts to retain water. And so you gain a lot of water weight. But then as your body realizes that, oh, okay, there's nothing wrong here. Like, I'm safe. Like, this is actually something good for me. Your body starts to release that water, and then you start to see the weight loss. So I knew that was something that could happen. However, it was like 3-4 weeks in, and I was seeing the scale actually going up and not at all going down. And I started to think, like, I'm actually gaining weight here. So, like, why am I going to do this? Like, why am I going to put myself through this torture of going to the gym or working out at home 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and be gaining more weight than I did before I was doing any of those things? It just didn't make sense to me. And so, like, I started to really feel like this is not even logical for me to continue on with this weight loss journey, which is actually really just me gaining more weight. However, another thing that I should warn you guys about is that especially if you are adding in weight, that muscle weighs more than fat. And so when you are working out with weights, you start to build muscle, and your weight on the scale may go up, but you are still losing inches. And that's because, again, as I said, muscle weighs more than fat. So when you go on the scale, it looks like you're bigger. However, when you were to check your inches, you would probably be the same size or even smaller. And so that's a key thing to remember. And again, that it starts to even itself out eventually. After about 4 weeks, I would probably say, of working out, that was when I finally started to see the scale start to go down. And as you know, like, when you see the scale going down, that's like a motivation in itself for you to keep going. And this is why I thought it was so important for me to let you guys know this, because I don't want you to get demotivated because you see the scale not moving or you see the scale going up. I want you to understand that this is part of the process. Continue to keep going. Do not give up because you're not seeing the results. And that may not be something that happened to everybody. Maybe it's just something that happened to me. But I thought I wanted to let you guys know that, just in case, if it does happen to you, that you're not like alarmed like the way that I was, and not thinking like this is a disaster, I should go back to eating McDonald's every day or whatever the case is. That this is part of the process. It's okay. It is normal, and it will even and balance itself out eventually. The 6th thing that I wish that I had known when I first started my weight loss journey is for you to do it for yourself. Don't say that you're doing it for your mother, for your child, for your husband, for your boyfriend, for your girlfriend or your wife or whoever. You get the point of what I'm trying to say. Don't do it for anybody else but yourself. And the reason why is because if something were to happen between me and that person and me and my relationship with them, then all of a sudden you feel demotivated to continue to go on. The most important thing is for you to say that you're doing it for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the only one that can get up and do it. You're the only one that can motivate yourself. Somebody can encourage you and somebody that can try to motivate you, but at the end of the day, you have to be the one to motivate yourself. You have to be the one to decide to get up and do it. You're going to have to be the one to decide to decline that food that day. You're going to have to be the one to set those limits. And so you're going to have to decide that, you know what, this is something that I'm doing for me. I want to be healthier. I want to take care of this body, and I want to live a healthier and more active life. And you have to decide that for yourself and let that be your motivation. And the 7th thing that I wish that I knew when coming into this weight loss journey is that sometimes you need to buy clothes a little bit bigger than the size that you actually wear when you're working out. One of the things that I have found is that, let's say if you wear a size medium and you get a medium, but you still have like rolls around your stomach or whatever, and you're running on that treadmill, yeah, those rolls are going to be running with you, and your clothes are going to start falling off. Your shirt is going to start readjusting itself, and you need to wear clothing that might be a little bit bigger for you so that you won't have to be constantly readjusting your clothes while you're working out. You need to wear things that are going to make you comfortable, that you can move around freely without thinking that you have to be constantly readjusting them. I had no idea. I thought to myself, oh, well, I wear this size, so I can buy this size and whatever. And yeah, on a regular day when I'm not running like level 3 or 4, whatever it is on the treadmill, I'm sure it would be perfectly fine. But while I'm bending down and I'm running and I'm doing all these things, you know, as I said, everything is running with you and clothes start to fall. So therefore, I think that is something that I wish I knew. And so I wanted to share that with you, let you guys know to dress comfortably while you're working out. So those are the 7 things that I wish that I knew when I first started off on my weight loss journey. And I did want to give you guys just a little bonus tips and just a little bit of encouragement. And what I wanted to say is, guys, please just remember that this is a marathon, not a sprint, okay? Don't give up. Don't give up because you don't see the progress that you thought you were going to. Don't give in and think that you're just going to starve yourself because you want to, like, you know, get to that goal faster. Just understand that this is something that is a lifestyle change, and it will happen once you continue to be consistent. You will see the results. So don't get down on yourself if you're not seeing them right away. Don't try to do anything that's going to try to speed up the process, but end up hurting your health in the long run. And the other thing that I wanted to say is, don't give in. You know what? Like, the one thing that I've learned on this weight loss journey, among many others, is that, you know what? When I have stopped my weight loss journey, and then I have, as I mentioned, gained all the weight back that I lost plus more, and I look back 6 months later, I think to myself, you know what? I would have, like, I lost like however amount of pounds when I was, like, you know, being consistent, and now I stopped for 6 months. So could you imagine where I would have been if I had just continued? Let that be your motivation. Think to yourself where I'm going to be in 6 months versus if I stop right now, where I'm going to be in 6 months. Always continue to think to yourself that, you know, every day you're working towards this goal, and the goal is not supposed to just be about like what you look like. It's not just about changing your physical appearance to have the best body, but it's about dealing with your health. It's about the fact that, you know, being overweight, you know, it's not healthy for you. That it's more about your actual health than it is about looking the best. You know, that's more of a bonus. That's more of a benefit that comes with doing the weight loss journey. But the ultimate goal is to be healthy, is to take care of your body, and that should be our main focus. And I feel like when that is our focus, then when we're not seeing the results, we can still think to ourselves, well, you know what, my body is being worked out. I am, like, my heart is being pumped. I'm moving muscles that I wouldn't normally have moved, and let that be encouragement in itself. So again, guys, I really just wanted to share this video because I wanted to encourage you guys and let you guys know the 7 things that I wish that somebody had told me, and I hope that it really helps you guys. If there's anything that any of you had learned on your weight loss journey that I haven't mentioned, please definitely put in the comments, not just for myself, but for anybody else who may be watching this video. Maybe it might help them. So I thank you guys for coming to this channel, clicking on the video. Please do not forget to click the subscribe button and press the bell so that you can be notified every time I make a new video. Please be sure to check out my brother's weight loss journey as well, Captain Mark Smith. You can find the link to